Hello, Ian Altar, the Freedom Astrologer here, once again with another astrological and hopefully practical video as well. So in this video, I'm going to talk about certain kind of potentials, let's say future potentials in a chart, how to change them, predictions, and in a way how to change negative predictions as well, or how to change some in some understanding negative aspects and negative positions in your chart. And I'm going to use an example here on my left, with the example of, I'm probably going to talk about Pluto in the second house. You can see, I'll show you, this is the Pluto in the second house, and I'm going to use that as an example because Pluto is a lot to do with money and crisis and transformations, and the second house is a lot to do with our money, investments, let's say material foundations in general in life. So these are all practical matters. And let's say if we look at this, and if already the things I mentioned, crisis and transformations, if you put these together here in the second house, you probably going to make already assumptions that in this lifetime this specific person is probably going to experience at least some ups and downs with money, and ups and downs with investments, and you experience some sort of crisis regarding money. And luckily I know this person myself, so I know that's been the case. Luckily I know them so well that they actually made the necessary changes, or let's say they started shifting a lot of the potentials here, and started making changes in their practical life, in their approach to money, thanks to astrology actually, so that that the future is a bit more brighter. That these ups and downs, although they are somewhat a part of life, that they aren't so extreme, that there's some sort of cushion foundation there. Now, what a person with this specific can do, Pluto in the second house in the sign of Scorpio. Luckily, it's the ruler, the modern ruler of Scorpio is in its own sign, so this can give us hints that this person is actually, even though they will experience these difficult matters as well, luckily, with using this Scorpio and Pluto energy, they can actually become better with managing finances, and make adjustments. So what can a person with this specific position can do, and how can it change the potentials? Because now I want to bring in the side of potentials, because the potential here is that if the person doesn't make the necessary changes, we can also talk about, actually before we go into that, we can talk about the fact that let's say the family history holds some sort of financial crisis, or some sort of taking away of financial resources, either by war, or some sort of financial crisis, or there's some hidden things, hidden problems here, with finances, material foundations in the person's life, and in the, because the second house is also family's history. These are all tied together, and the person can actually carry on. This is a bit of metaphysical and energetic already, but the losses and the experiences, difficult experiences, can be actually carried on from generations here with this position. And again, I know that this is the case in this specific example, and in this specific person's life. Now, what can the potential, I already brought in the potential part. The potential here is that they can have these huge transformations constantly in their life. So this is like the basis, the thesis of this position and of this chart. More crisis and transformation. Pluto is a lot, quick rises as well with finances and material resources, so they can actually gain at some sort of during some juncture in their life, they can gain a lot of resources as well. Now, these are some of the potentials. Now, with this position, this is the most important part of this video. This doesn't immediately mean that this is going to happen in their lives, especially the positive side of this. And I want to mention the negative side as well, because there are things you can start doing with these difficult positions that can mitigate these. And these are the places where you need to learn, where you need to transform, where you need to kind of change things. Pluto is specifically very, very much so, and very much about transformation and slow transformation to create, let's say, in this specific case, abundance later. So what does this person need to do practically, materially in their life? So first of all, Pluto and Scorpio are both deep research. They need to, before any investment decisions, in any kind of material decisions, money decisions, it's very good for them to kind of get to know where they're putting their money, what they're doing with their money. And I would say actually it's very, very good with this position to get clear and research deeply what, how the financial system works, how the money system works, how money is created, how money works in the real world. This is very, very important for this position, especially with investments as well. Where to put it, how to put it, what are the percentages, what are the dangers, what is this company about, going very, very deeply into these matters. Now, also, these people can make money during crisis. This specific position can make money during crisis, but we're trying to, we're doing our best to find ways that the person can actually do, or what the person can actually do practically in their life. So we want to look for things they themselves can do, waiting for a crisis and then, starting to make money. Okay, yeah, maybe that happens, but this isn't very practical, so the person can't start to do that immediately. But again, what are some other things they can do is creating like financial plan, being very not controlling, but somewhat on top of their finances, like where is money going in, or where is money coming in, where is money going out, what is happening with their finances, are there any like pointless places the money is going. You need to be kind of not too controlling with money, because this specific position can actually make a person too controlling with money and resources, and too fearful of them and losing them because of those traumatic experiences. But we need to understand that some control or some form of deeper understanding is necessary. And so that entails, where is money going? Where is money coming out? What is happening there? So already knowing these and knowing how much they're spending, this is very crucial, very important for this specific position. And once the person starts doing that, actually, they're not so afraid, they're not so controlling, so they're not so scared all the time of what will happen to their finances. They're kind of not hoarding them so badly. They're doing the research, so they're not so scared. Of course, with investments, money decisions, some sort of fear can be there still. But, at least they've done the homework, they've done their research, and they know what they're doing with their money, where the money is moving, where the money is going. So now that actually can change already the potential, because the person won't spend as much, because they will have a cushion, when they know where the money is going, where the money is moving. So the transformations, the fluctuations, yeah, it still can happen, but still they will now have a bit of a cushion to navigate those waters and navigate those areas. Yeah, I think that's it for what I want to say, because I hope you can see, by taking decisions and making better decisions, instead of just letting that traumatic experiences control their lives and be addicted to money, let's say in this specific case, and control money, control resources, and be fearful all the time. You can do practical things to get to the bottom of things. What is happening with my money? Where is it going? To make to change the potential. Let's say there's a potential. There's a big crash somewhere in their life, but they have some cushion. This is a bit of a position also where you can risk a lot at once and be risk adverse with your money. So knowing that, you can also take calculated risks. Start to take calculated risk, not to go crazy with. Although Pluto, it's quite difficult, but still I know it's doable, and I know it can be done. Take less risk. Take on calculated risk instead of just losing your emotional control and going all in or whatever it is. You can do better there. And so the fluctuations and the crisis in a person's life with these matters, with this Pluto in this specific case, can change, and there can be a little less, and once they kind of master that area, it can even start to bring in a lot of money. The potential is here, but I'm bringing in the potentials here because to make you understand that you have to make the decisions, you have to make the changes, you have to do the practical work in the material realm. It doesn't always mean that just because you have a configuration, just because you have something, it doesn't mean that it's, if you don't do anything, it doesn't necessarily manifest in the practical reality. So you need to take action. You need to practically make things happen. And the same goes with predictions as well. So I've seen many predictions in life with astrology that maybe speak of the more difficult events coming in, but that person knows this and is kind of able to let go of some of the things they're holding on to and change some things in their life. Maybe they're too controlling or manipulative in their relationships, and you can see probably at times in some predictive techniques, there's a potential here for a divorce or the potential here for a breakup, but once the person sees that they're too controlling, and okay, maybe there's Pluto involved again, maybe the Scorpio involved again with Venus somehow in a difficult aspect, and then the person understands this and they kind of let go of their control, allow things to happen more easily, allow the other partner to be free, and that changes the relationship, the dynamic. And now let's say the potential of the hard configurations comes to be in the chart or in practical in real lifetime. Then it's not a breakup, it's just maybe a minor misunderstanding or a fight. That can happen as well. So it doesn't mean immediately any negative aspect in prediction techniques doesn't mean that all the bad things are going to happen. You can change some of them. You can change potentials if you do the right thing, if you can change your life, and if you make better decisions, if you take action, if you create more things in your life. So that's it. That's what I wanted to say. Hopefully it makes sense to you. Hopefully it makes more, like the astrology makes more sense. Some parts of our lives are written in stone, kind of. We're here to experience, especially the ascendant. We're here to experience the ascendant energy, whatever the ascendant is. We're going to experience that type of energy in our life. It doesn't mean every event is set in stone. These are still potentials regarding the decisions we make, or decisions we don't make, or take, or the action we take or don't take. So please keep this in mind. And you can change your life, you can change your chart in a way. A lot of it is still giving you the chart is you. So the energies that are present there, you need to learn to navigate them. This is I think one of the biggest points of this video is you need to learn to navigate them. You need to learn to make the specific and important decisions and changes in your life with the help of astrology and with the guidance of astrology, then you can, you can manifest the potential of the chart, manifest your potential, and you can, let's say, change the more negative things. Not obviously not all, because in life, all stuff, kinds of stuff, and all kinds of shit happens. So don't get too crazy with it. But yeah, you can shift, and you can navigate between potentials. You can choose differently. You can choose different potential here and there. You can do this. So thanks again for listening. Thanks again for watching, and hope to see you soon in the next video. Just a reminder, on the 23rd of May, I'm going to have a big webinar. It's a lot to do with negotiations and making practical real life deals, the best deals in life, and salary negotiations, and how to navigate those, how to help you through astrology, what is how to prepare yourself practically, materially for these matters. And yeah, it's going to be pretty long, like 4 and 5 hour webinar. Lots of good stuff there. I'll put the link down in the description below, so you can read the actual longer description of what the webinar entails. But I hope to see you there. Hope to see you learning with me, and hope to see you, kind of succeeding with me, hopefully, as well. Thanks again so much. Ian, also the Freedom Astrologer, out. See you again soon.